1,000-pound sisters with stars over the years, Amy and Tammy Slaton have discussed the highs and lows that they have experienced. There will never be a shortage of exciting situations for people to see, whether they are verbal arguments or physical fights. Additionally, Amy and Tammy leave viewers with amusing experiences to remember. Amy's response to Tammy's cravings was one of the things that happened. To find out what transpired, continue reading. What did happen in the most recent episode of the show, 1,000-Pound Sisters? In the most recent episode of 1,000-Pound Sisters, Tammy was seen getting ready for a skin removal procedure. On the other hand, she encountered yet another obstacle which caused everything to be placed on hold. Participating in sensual dancing courses is one of the ways that Amy is working to regain her self-esteem in the meantime. Not only that, but the divide that exists between Tammy and Amy is only getting bigger. During one of their sequences, the two were riding in a limousine and engaged in a never-ending argument. Amy claims that she is on the verge of reaching a breaking point because Tammy is constantly calling her out for everything that she does, and she never seems to be able to take a break from having her called out. A lot of people are laughing at Amy's response to Tammy's cravings. Redditors share their thoughts on an older episode of the show 1,000-Pound Sisters. Due to the fact that she was experiencing cravings, Tammy went to the doctor in order to get herself checked out for the possibility of becoming pregnant. In the course of the session, she was accompanied by her sister, Amy. After a few moments, Tammy was questioned about the kind of food she was seeking, but she surprised both the doctor and Amy by stating that she was craving water instead of food. Some people believe that it was one of the most memorable scenes from the program, and what made it even more memorable was Amy's response, which was, "You're just thirsty, B*TCH, go drink you some water. It will be fine in the end." My heart was pounding the entire time because of Amy's face. The cackle that this scene made me laugh out loud. That physician has a more impressive poker face than I do, and hers has obviously been a little bit off kilter. Even now, it is my absolute favorite segment of the show. I started watching the show because of this in the first place. It is impossible for me to not chuckle at this. This is my all-time favorite scene, lol. Certainly one of the most hilarious moments in the entire event, particularly considering that they weren't even making an effort to be hilarious. To put it simply, Tammy was dead serious. Tammy Slaton is forming new friendships behind the camera with her 1,000-pound sisters. Recently, Vanessa Cross, who is a member of the band 1,000-Pound Best Friends, participated in an interview in which she discussed her connections with Tammy. As far as she is concerned, the 1,000-Pound Sisters star presented her with a kitten that was born to her cat in April earlier this year. Many viewers were interested in a crossover or a special episode featuring the two of them because of their closeness behind the camera. Additionally, Tammy Slaton has been making news due to the wonderful behavior she has displayed online. Recently, she published a video in which she shared inspirational remarks with individuals who are going through the same process of losing weight as she is with her. In light of the fact that Tammy's voice is so captivating, a number of her followers have even recommended that she should start her own podcast. The reality television series 1,000-Pound Sisters has captivated audiences with the heart-wrenching and often hilarious journey of Tammy and Amy Slaton, two sisters who share not only their battles with obesity, but also their complex relationship with each other, their family, and their own personal struggles. The show, which first premiered on TLC in January 2020, has become a sensation, partly due to its raw portrayal of the Slaton sisters' lives as they navigate the difficult road toward weight loss, health, and self-improvement. However, while viewers are deeply invested in their weight loss journey, it's the sisters' offbeat personalities, unpredictable behaviors, and dynamic interactions that make the show especially compelling. Fans can always count on the Slaton sisters to offer moments of humor, frustration, and, at times, pure entertainment. One of the most talked about episodes in recent seasons involves a moment that fans couldn't stop discussing: Amy Slaton's reaction to her sister Tammy's craving. What started as a seemingly innocent moment between the sisters quickly snowballed into an online sensation, as fans took to social media and forums to analyze, comment on, and even poke fun at Amy's reaction. The incident, though relatively minor in the grand scope of the show's events, became a focal point for fans to dissect and crack jokes about. In this article, we'll dive deep into that moment, explore the context surrounding it, and discuss why it captured the attention and imagination of 1,000-pound sisters fans across the world. A snapshot of the Slaton sisters dynamic. Before diving into the details of Amy's reaction, it's important to understand the relationship between the two sisters. The dynamic between Tammy and Amy is complex to say the least. On one hand, they are sisters who share a deep familial bond, filled with moments of care, concern, and mutual support. On the other hand, their relationship is fraught with tension, particularly when it comes to the sisters' struggles with their weight, their health, and their personal choices. Amy, the younger of the two sisters, often serves as the more practical and sensible one. While she too faces her own challenges with weight loss, Amy has made notable progress throughout the show, losing a significant amount of weight and pursuing surgery to help her with her journey. She's also married to her husband, Michael, and the couple is raising their son, Gage. Amy's life has become more focused on her family and her pursuit of better health, which sometimes causes tension with Tammy, who has been less successful in her weight loss journey and more resistant to change. Tammy, on the other hand, is often portrayed as the more stubborn and defiant sister. She has been on a years-long battle with her weight and health, and despite the support from Amy and the rest of the family, Tammy has struggled with making lasting changes. This has led to a series of emotional moments on the show, from Tammy's health scares to her ongoing battles with food addiction and the emotional toll of her situation. Despite their differences, the sisters' relationship is built on love and a shared history. And though they may clash over different issues, there's no denying that their bond is strong, which is why moments like the one we're about to discuss become even more entertaining for fans who have followed their journey. The craving moment. Context and build-up. The scene in question occurs during an episode in which Tammy expresses a sudden craving for food. Like many moments in the show, the craving is not just about food, but about deeper emotional needs and struggles. Tammy's cravings often come at a time when she's feeling particularly stressed, down, or disconnected from her personal goals. For fans of 1,000-pound sisters, these cravings are a recurring theme. Tammy often uses food to cope with her emotions, and this creates a cycle of overeating, regret, and disappointment that plays out in front of the camera. In the specific episode that sparked Amy's reaction, Tammy expresses a sudden craving for something sweet. She mentions wanting to indulge in a dessert or a junk food item, and this is where the tension starts to build. Tammy's cravings are often a source of friction between her and Amy, especially since Amy has been making strides toward healthy eating and weight loss. Amy, concerned about Tammy's health, tries to reason with her, encouraging her to make healthier choices. However, it's not just the craving itself that catches viewers' attention, it's Amy's reaction to it. When Tammy expresses her desire for a particular food, Amy's response is a mixture of disbelief, frustration, and, for lack of a better term, exasperation. She responds with a combination of sarcastic comments and genuine concern, which has both comedic and serious undertones. Amy's response. A mix of concern and sarcasm. Amy's reaction to Tammy's craving is one of the key moments in this episode that fans latched onto. On the surface, Amy seems to be genuinely worried about Tammy's choices, knowing how much of an impact her cravings and eating habits have on her health. But Amy's delivery, marked by a sarcastic tone and eye-rolling, is what makes the scene so entertaining to fans. Here's the breakdown of the moment. Tammy mentions her craving, perhaps with a bit of dramatic flair, and Amy immediately shoots her a look that can only be described as side-eye. Amy's response to Tammy's craving is filled with a blend of frustration and disbelief. In a way, Amy's reaction highlights the difference between the two sisters. Amy is trying to be more disciplined and health-conscious, while Tammy is still largely resistant to making healthier choices, often choosing comfort in food instead. Fans quickly took to social media to react to the scene, with many commenting on Amy's facial expressions and sarcastic remarks. Some fans found Amy's reaction hilarious, calling her out for her eye roll and deadpan humor. Others saw it as a reflection of Amy's growing frustration with her sister's unwillingness to change. One fan commented on a popular Reddit thread, "Amy's face when Tammy talks about her craving was priceless. She looked like she was about to give up on her completely." Another fan chimed in with, "Amy's sarcasm is on point. She's basically like, I've worked my butt off to lose weight, and here you are talking about dessert." But it wasn't just the humor that stood out to fans, it was also the way the moment encapsulated the sisters' dynamic. Amy's exasperation with Tammy's constant cravings was something that many viewers could relate to. For anyone who has tried to help a loved one through a tough situation, only to be met with resistance, Amy's reaction struck a chord. Fans interpret Amy's reaction, humor, relatability, and criticism. As often happens with moments like this, fans took to various online platforms to dissect and joke about the scene. On Twitter, memes flooded timelines, with fans creating side-by-side comparisons of Amy's facial expressions and popular reaction images. Some memes featured captions like, "When you've had enough of your siblings' nonsense," or "Amy's face says it all. Not again, Tammy." However, not all reactions were purely humorous. Some fans expressed a more serious concern about how Amy was handling her sister's struggles. While many found her sarcasm amusing, others felt it was a reflection of Amy's frustration with Tammy's lack of progress and the emotional toll it was taking on their relationship. One Reddit user commented, "I get that Amy is frustrated, but sometimes her reactions seem a little harsh. It's clear that Tammy needs support, not more criticism." This sentiment was echoed by others who felt that Amy, while well-meaning, could have been more empathetic toward her sister's ongoing struggles. At the same time, some fans pointed out that Amy's frustration was completely justified. Tammy's repeated cravings and her resistance to change have been a consistent issue on the show, and Amy's reaction could be seen as the natural result of years of trying to help her sister without seeing much progress. For some fans, Amy's sarcastic humor was a coping mechanism, a way for her to deal with the difficult and sometimes heartbreaking reality of her sister's behavior. Why this moment resonated with fans? The scene with Amy's reaction to Tammy's craving resonated with fans for several reasons. First, it highlighted the real and relatable struggles of family dynamics, especially when it comes to health issues. Many fans have experienced similar frustrations in their own lives, trying to help a loved one make better choices, only to be met with resistance. Amy's reaction felt real and unscripted, offering viewers a glimpse into the emotional challenges of supporting someone through a long-term struggle. Second, the humor in Amy's reaction provided levity to what is often a heavy and serious topic. 1,000-Pound Sisters is not just about weight loss and health, it's about the ups and downs of life, the relationships between family members, and the ways in which humor can serve as a coping mechanism. Amy's sarcastic response was a reminder that, even in the most difficult situations, there's room for humor and lightheartedness. Finally, the moment encapsulated the ongoing tension between the sisters. While they both love each other, their differences in approach to health and weight loss are a constant source of conflict. Fans were drawn to this tension because it reflected real-life family struggles, where different members may have vastly different approaches to a shared problem. Amy's reaction to Tammy's craving may have been just a brief moment in an episode of 1,000-Pound Sisters, but it became a defining and memorable scene for fans. Whether they found humor in Amy's sarcastic comments, empathy for her frustration, or simply enjoyed watching the sisters interact, the moment